everybody. Jennifer and Mo and myself came down to Horse Thief Creek down here up Highway 74, and we parked ourselves down by the creek. You can probably hear it in the background. And I got a little yoga mat out here, a little towel-like, to put down on the ground. And figured we can, or I can, or they can, do a little yoga, do a little stretching, certainly after a hike like this. And no matter what your day is, no matter what you've got going on in your day, you can't beat a downward facing dog. I mean, downward facing dog is just great before, after, in the morning, at night, and it's a posture that we all know. So we would come down to the ground, hands out in front, take your tailbone up into the air and let your whole backside body stretch. Push your heels back down towards the earth and take a few breaths here. Nothing better than getting a little of this outside, a little of this outdoors. Take yourself forward and put your knees down on the floor. Come on up to a kneeling position here. Take your arms up over your head and bring a side stretch over to your right. Slide the back of your right hand across your low back and lift up through your left side body. So getting into the side body is always great after any activity. I can't believe how tight I got just in the hour or so that we've been hiking. Come back up, take your hands behind you, interlace them, pull your knuckles back and just open up your chest. You don't have to do this deep to do it well. Take yourself to your little point of resistance here and just simply allow the front part of the body to open up. Very nice. And then release from that, and we'll go to the other side. Take the right arm up, slide the back arm behind you and lean over to the side. Pushing your hips a little forward, keep your chin up away from your chest, and just get a nice long stretch happening now on the right side of the body. And again, come back up, take your hands behind you. This time just clasp the right wrist with your left hand and drop down into child's pose. So it's actually called Ladybug Pose when you take this variation. Right? Taking your head to the floor and just letting the arms rest on your backside body. Child's pose is a great stretch for your legs, your shins, your knees, your feet, and your ankles. Right? Stay here for just a few breaths. And then bring yourself back up. Well done. Place your hands back down on the mat. Come back to downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone up into the air. It's a bit unstable surface here. Not quite sure what this pose looks like, but we practice with the spirit. Sometimes you just got to go with the spirit. If you don't have your form or if there isn't a teacher around, right? You take what you know and you put out the best. Take the right leg up into the air and open up and stretch through the bottom of your right foot. It's wonderful, wonderful stretch. And then switch legs. Take your left leg, lift that up into the air, and stretch the leg back behind you. Open up into your side body and the leg, nice, and then bring it back down. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Good. Place your hands on your hips and bring yourself up to a stand. Very nice. Good. So we'll take a wide step out to the right here. Right? Little unstable. Okay. And we're going to take a forward fold. So reach your arms out to the side, open your chest, and come down. Place your hands down. Now this is a great way to get into hamstrings and inner thighs. Engage your quads so that your tailbone lifts up, and then allow that action in your lower body to help relax the upper body down, even letting your head hang. Letting the backside body start to open up just a bit. Right? And then bring your hands to your hips and take yourself back up to a stand. Turn your left toes towards the front. Come into a little classic lunge here, warrior lunge. Just to prep into it, keep your hands on your hips and pulse up and down in your front leg, in this case, my left leg. Just starting to warm up into the hips. Again, I can't believe how tight they get. But it's so nice to practice in the fresh air. So grateful are we that we can still experience the outdoors. And in this case, with a little bit of yoga. So coming into a warrior two pose and letting your eye gaze settle over your left fingertips, letting your shoulders soften, but keeping the lift into the chest and into the back of your heart. Well done. And finding a little bit of space into your hips, dropping down a little deeper, but then feeling a little bit more of a lift into your upper body. Good. And now straighten out the leg and triangle pose. Come forward. Bring your left hand down towards your left leg and take your right arm up into the air. Open up your chest. And maybe look up. The sky is gorgeous today. Look up past your right fingertips and engage your leg muscles. Get a little bit of a twist into your spine. And then bring yourself back up. Good. Place your hands back on your hips. And now we'll switch, right? So my back won't be entirely to you, just a little bit to the side, I would say. Setting up Warrior Two on the right side again. My angle isn't so good here, the angle of the earth, that is. But pulse up and down through the front leg. Get a little warmness. Build a little heat into the hips. And once you feel kind of juicy into the hip, take the arms out. Broaden across your chest. Take your eye gaze over your right fingertip. Good. And settle down. Your Virabhadrasana. Belly in. The breath is present. Nice to see water. Nice to be around water. And to feel the body in space. Just to take the time to feel the body. And then straighten the leg, triangle pose, and you come forward. Bring your right hand down, take your left arm up, open up your chest. So find space, take up space in your triangle pose. Imagine your legs and your arms are very long, fully extended, your spine fully extended. Keep your right hip tucked underneath you, open up through your chest. And then bring it back up to the center. Good. Turn your right toes now back forward. Again, open up your chest and take a forward fold. And come down. Drop the head, drop the chest. Letting your head hang, letting your chest hang. Maybe grab your ankles or your calves or your heels. Pull yourself in a little deeper, using a little bit of arm strength. Get a little bit more into the legs. And then bring your hands on the floor under your shoulders. Good. Walk them to your front leg, your left foot. Turn your left toes forward and put your right knee down. Put your right knee down. Sliding a bit here. Good. And pick up your left arm. Open up and twist. So coming into your lunge twist here. Go for a little quad stretch here. Bend your right leg. Reach back with your left hand and grab the foot. Either pull the foot in, right, to get a deeper stretch, or let the foot pull your chest back. Either way, it's a fantastic hip stretch and a quad stretch, and always so nice to get a little bit of a twist into the spine. Good. And then let's gently release. Place your left hand down and step back to your hands and your knees. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Roll through your spine a little tiny bit. Give yourself a few cats and cows here. Into your chest. Very nice. And then we'll take that on the other side. So we'll take the right foot and step it up. Right? Drop down into your left hip. Keep your left hand down. Pick up your right arm. Turn your spine. Keep your chest open. And then if available to you, bend the left leg. This one's tighter. And reach back and grab. There we go. Grab the foot. Go for the little quad stretch. Very nice. And gently release from that. A lot. Knees. Good. Take it back and shift your hips a little bit left and right. Well done. Good. Come on up to a kneeling position. Tuck your toes under behind you. Good. I want you to think about your side body getting nice and long, right? So we opened up the quads and the legs a little tiny bit. And now we can do some with the spine, the front part of the chest for a camel pose. So feel length along your lats, your side body, and all the way up into the neck as you look up towards the sky And then perhaps reach back for your heels. Pushing your hips forward, letting your chest open up. Ustrasana is camel pose. It's a great way to open up the hip flexors. Certainly feels good after having a backpack on with a little bit of weight. Let the heart open. Nice. And then very gently release and come back up. Take your hands to your heart. Good. So we'll take a seat just for a moment here. Adjust this. Sliding downhill. All right. A seat with the legs extended. And take your right leg and bend it. Take your left arm, wrap it in front of your right leg. Flex your left foot. Right? Place your right hand on the floor behind you. And then sit up tall and twist. Pull the knee towards your chest. Pull the chest in towards your knee simultaneously. Rotate your rib cage around your spine. Maybe take your eye gaze back behind you. Done. And then other side. Bring up to the other side. Right leg extends. Left leg bends. Left hand behind you. Right arm around the leg. Pull it in. Sit up. And twist. Press your right leg into the ground. Turn your step. And then release that, taking your both legs out. So nothing like lying down for a little Shavasana now, right? Which is what I'm going to do, but I'm going to turn this off first. So, give yourself a few moments. Just rest, maybe even outside, right? The air feels great. The sun feels great. So thank you. Thanks again for watching, and more videos to come. And until our next time together, namaste.